Well, hello and welcome to All My Art and Soul. I'm Michelle Holden, and I can't believe that this is already Explore, Play, Discover video number 5. And just to let you know a little bit about behind the scenes, I've been working a lot with the blue, similar blue that's in the intro, and with black and neutrals. And usually when I work for one color for a little while, I just need to explode and go with a ton of primary, secondary colors and have some fun, because that's what this series is all about. So I decided I need a break. I really miss my art journaling, and I bet you do too. Let me know. Which style have you liked? The larger works, as I've said before, I'm taking a little bit of a break from that, but missing it, so had to go back there today. And as I'm exploring and experimenting, I want to do more pre-marks, and these are sort of like their shadow marks, or they will become shadowy once there's more layers on top of them. And I've been watching for specific techniques, and I use a ton of resources. And this reminded me how I used to start. I could use my own stuff as my resources that I'm discovering, since I have over 200 videos and just various types of techniques. I really like the water-soluble graphite, pencil, China marker, and then just kept asking myself today, well, what if I did this? I wanted to use black, but I had that iridescent sort of gray, and it is the fluid Liquitex, and really liking this for a really nice gray with a sort of a metallic sheen to it. And my intentions for this page were multiple transparent layers with the new sort of my own, I know it's not new to the collage world, but it's new to me, using tracing paper, tissue paper, and any other kind of transparent paper that I'm going to stain with transparent acrylics using a medium. I've been using gloss medium and pouring medium. No water at all, because the paper would just fall apart. So keeping that in mind, I wanted to build some layers, and I noticed that the high contrast of black and white seems to go very well once you're putting other more transparent layers on top. So I just went to get my squirter, stirred that up, and then I thought, okay, I've also been wanting to experiment with different types of marks. And I thought I would get to the collage paper making today or this weekend, but I will be needing to do that this week because I've got my cabin ready, which is my summer cabin studio, which is sort of a place where I sell locally. Online, I'll be showing you that, and I'm sort of going to be ordering some of my art products for the store, for the gallery shop, and that's been very busy and but lots of fun. So I created these mark making tools under another mentorship of Pamela Coe, but I just don't have time to devote the time needed for that course. So I thought, well, I'll just go on my merry self as usual, but that's okay, and slow down with the mark making process, not rushing, letting things happen. And another artist that I've found out about through Oh, darn, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, she's an incredible, incredible artist. Robin Olson. She's with the Kelly Wynn. I forget the series. It was 2024. The art. It'll come to me, and you're probably saying, "Oh, you know the name, Michelle," but I just forget at this time. And just enjoying the repetition and taking a simple concept as far as you can. And I still haven't sat down and just did my favorite dashes or my dots or my circles. So I'm really looking forward to doing that this week, and I'll be recording some short videos of that. Now, as you can see with the brayer, since this is a fluid acrylic, and there's quite a bit on there, that's really going to spread that paint. So I switched to my tiny little brayer and just trying to come up with a variety of light, medium, dark value, saving a lot of white on the paper. And then once I think it feels like I have enough, then I'm going to, right now I'm scattering all over my, actually no, I'm just going to my other location just to get some newsprint paper, just the other side, and do some lifting, because I don't want to spread it anymore. And while I'm doing that, I might as well make another cool mark on this piece of newsprint. And that'll just be a really cool, shadowy kind of collage piece. And I'm really understanding now that my collage papers, anyway, I need to take them a lot farther than just 1 or 2 layers of paint using the jelly plate. So using organic mark, gestural marks, maybe the combination of the both. So that's what I'm going to experiment with to finish up my 3 canvases that I've been doing behind the scenes, and I can't wait to show you. So just drawing that up, and when you lift it with a more a paper that absorbs more, newsprint paper is really good for that, even a cloth. But I find if you use paper towel, you just have to be careful of the imprint, the texture that it leaves behind. So here's just a mesh of, and these are the papers that I'm mentioning. And I just wanted to make them myself, experiment with them, and use them. So this is the first time I'm using them in an art journal. I've used them on my paintings that are behind the scenes, coming soon. So I could have just used the transparent white. I wanted something a little more solid, and I wanted to just use a brush. And usually a damp brush. You can put it in your water, dampen it, dry it off a little bit with your paper towel, because you want it to swoosh across, but I don't want the paint going underneath the stencil area and get all smudgy. A little bit of smudge is okay, I feel. But like I said, let me know in the comments below what your tolerance is of edges of commercial stencils. Crisp, slightly, and it depends how much paint you're using. So I had so much fun doing this. This was a real letting go. Even though it is in the frame of this, painted journal, there was a lot of looseness going on. And this page, even though I sped up a portion of this video a little bit, it came to 48 minutes and some seconds, the total time for this collage. So this art journaling page, and I'm calling it's in the series Explore, Play, and Discover, Color, and Transparent Layers. And I'm finally using these. I love because they're plastic. They're not the cardboard ones that tear. So I could have went black. So I think the next page, I do 3 at a time here. I think I'm going to try that. And I love X, Y, Z, W. certain letters just, and question marks. Why? There's just a lot of, and I decided to put them in quadrants here. Only filled up 3 quadrants and left the other one, the upper left, alone because it had a lot of design or pattern going on. Now that black would have looked cool, but we'll see how that goes. Love these stencils. Crisp edges. But this is your Liquitex Basic, which is a lot more, heavy bodied. So just making sure using the right paint for the right technique. That's another thing that I'm exploring a lot about. Having fun. This is only my first week of my holiday. I've got so much done. Taking these paintings, I'm starting a whole new series that I've been dying to start. And lots of experimentation and searching and creating my own collage fodder. Now, fodder would be anything, right? No. So it would be collage papers. And now the intensity, I have to tone it down. The intensity, right out of the tube, of course, using a medium like pouring medium, high gloss. Wow. And lying it the rough side down, shiny side up, cutting them out, and then using my color shaper after stirring up the medium and the color and adding your, and this is another way you can explore color just by making your own collage. But I think by putting another texture or line on there, anyway, today I was going through my Pinterest search engine down several rabbit holes while I was sitting in my cabin, and I will be sending some pictures and doing some videos there. I think it'll be really fun, so stay tuned. So if you're new here, welcome. I really, really hope to grow this channel. I am trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I'm just almost, where am I anyway? I know I'm close to 7,000. I would love to do that. I would love to be able to have my shop up right here in YouTube. I have so many fun art ideas, art product ideas. Hop on over to my Pixels shop, my website, and I finally will this week make time and curate my website, update it. I finally found some frames for my 4 blue series, the one, and I will be leaving a card right here for you to catch it. And those are the blues that I'm working with now. Some go more beige. I'm letting the paintings sort of guide the way. So, also all colors in my videos, I put the names of them below. This is quinacridone magenta. I just needed pink. I love pink. Now that's yellow oxide. Could have gone with the orange since that paper is so bright, but this is only hindsight. And the polka dot, that's just Michael's wedding section tissue paper. They had every color polka dot. Blue would have been cool, but I want to make my own papers. And I'm getting some indigo ink so I can have a combination of black ink and blue ink, since I'm working a lot in blue and black. So I'm just going for the edges, trying different values, and I'm just putting it on. And this was a very reactive art journaling page. I really enjoyed not thinking and more reacting, and just constantly are trying to continue to ask the question to myself, well, what if I did this? And what if I did that? And I find if I do that, it eliminates the what do you call it? The result. I'm not thinking about the result. I'm just focusing on the what if. And I love this smeary, messy, energetic page. And then here now I realize, ooh, I'm now going to make mud. So being careful. I want the blues to still stand out. So then that's why on the left you see the blue, the intense blue. It's a turquoise, manganese, cerulean. I used a little yellow, but I'm not using that one, that tissue collage in this video. Oh, just amazing. And that's the manganese there. Just pure, right out of the bottle, but hardly any mixed with the, yes, needing bright colors. I so need bright colors. Oh. Needing to make also a more variety now that my studio is filling up. I can't believe how much paper I have. Just going to go through it. It's a good idea to go through your papers. Are they still speaking to you, or could they use another layer or two back on the jelly plate printer? Or with gestural marks, pushing it back, changing it into a background, or adding a white coat or anything. So here we go, loving this, experimenting with different tools, noticing that the blue could be lightened up a bit more. And that's from my driftwood collection that's in the cabin. Love that. And that other piece that I started with the ball, the sponge, it's for various dots and used with inks and hopefully waterproof ink. That's probably best. I know it is best because when you know, I don't want the marks to smear everywhere. So then I needed an edge, but nothing too big. And of course my color shapers, which I have, are way across the studio. So this was handy. It was a sharp edge. Doing some lifting with the brayer. And drawing those layers so we don't create any more. But I love this muddy feel. And you can see the layers below. But then, coming from that mixture, I will use a turquoise. And you can see that some of it's torn, but that's okay. This is the parchment tracing paper, which is as tough as nails compared to the tissue paper. And not as I think it might be as transparent. There's just a lot of paint on this one. And I just love how it melts away. Making sure I use the heavy-bodied gloss medium for my collage. I know I could use the regular, but I just find it's just so handy. And just sort of breaking that horizontal shape up. And then loving, coming in with the dots. And just tearing. So it's tough to tear once that medium's on. And I don't like a straight edge all the time, but knowing, there's a spot right there. Knowing that it can be tricky, but very transparent, as you can see. Especially the dots. And I love these because they're random dots. They're not straight. So then you could come in with tiny ones, straight ones in a row. Just any sort of difference. This yellow is so bright. It was, Anyway, the yellow I will check and put the correct yellow color for you in the comments section below the video. So interesting that I usually go for a black down here, but the yellow, I just wanted to see how transparent it would be. And I love all the shadowy shapes in behind it. Remembering though, when you go over the tape, you've got to, and it's tricky when it's wet. And I will have to do that too once I remove my tape, but at least I'm finding better where the edge is, or else you just tear it. So that is a coffee filter. And I found this is just a scrap left over from, I have no idea what, but the red is so, it's a warm. It's more of a cadmium. And I just love how it contrasts it so nicely. But I'm going to play with over, under, that kind of deal. Cover it a little bit. But just gave it a good grounding. And I'm trimming this now. And this X-Acto knife blade is sharp enough to do so without ripping it. So loving this turquoise because there's blue near it. So echoing the blue, but in a different way. And just building. Once one's down in relation to another shape, in relation to another color, value, position, like location. And of course, thinking in thirds around the substrate here. So the yellow can be opposite or diagonal. So now there's 3 yellows. 1, 2, 3. So always in odds. Anyway, that's what I learned. And then I just wanted something else that had a little red in it. So I love this idea. It's not the same red, and that's what I love. And I didn't want to cover it completely. I just wanted that edge to go over it slightly. Thinking of some more letters, but no, they're done. They're underneath somewhere. Yes, they did get covered up, but you know what? If they were black, they would be showing through. So, keeping that in mind. And keeping yourself some little notes, which I'm sort of multitasking right now, and I'm going to write that down. X and Y stencils. Adding black. So now that I have all this is my next phase that I'm going through. Being comfortable with layers and just slapping down and enjoying the process. It could be white, it could be yellow, maybe more opaque. But as you can see, I didn't go near the other edge. I just, subconsciously maybe, but I wanted to create a shape within the page using the black. Just knowing that's what I've been looking for. How do, I'll go, okay, so how are other artists, once you have all this collage down, what are different ways to then create quiet, create negative space, shapes, etc., because they just organically happen. And then once you do that, then one thing happens responding to that, to the other, and you just sort of keep going and keep going. And at the beginning, I was going to put X, Y, numbers, letters, or whatever, but I didn't want any more letters, so I wanted numbers. And these needed to be in white, of course, because of the contrast. But I wanted a vertical motion on this page. So all this stuff is going on, but reactively. I'm not really thinking. I only can now because I can basically see the possibilities as to what I was thinking. So it's pretty cool. So underneath. Next time, black. Try black. So I'm really liking those edges. and noticing, see, once I had the black and white over there, it was unbalanced. So I love my dots. They're big, they're in a 6 form, and they're totally opposite of these random black ones, but they're opposite of each other in position. So about halfway. And then I thought, wow, let's try this thing. I don't really like it, but I certainly changed my mind. It just added just something, an energy. Now I have so much black, and now I come in with this beautiful piece of sort of a really creamy neutral, and I just take down the ratio, the size of it a bit, the scale, I should say. I notice it's reaching across a bit too much, but that's okay. And now, see how it's echoing the red and all of that stuff? It's a little messy, but that's okay. So I created some quiet space, and now that's too much. That was a piece of coffee filter paper with some metallic acrylic ink on it. And love the black and white, and it needs to go right there. More black and white. See, it's diagonal of all that other stuff, but it's, again, different. And then that's it. That's all we needed. Except for at the end, I really need a little bit more. So just that little bit. So now see how it continues? It's not just sticking out. So those are other layering techniques that have taken me a long time to add to my repertoire of layering. And as I use them more in the studio, I'm learning this is what showing up means. Showing up is practicing and applying the things that I like, that I want to use, so they become more accessible, let's say, in my repertoire, at the surface of my repertoire of mark making, layering techniques, whatever you want to say. And see, that little bit made the eye come down all the way. Now, oh yeah, here we go. So I thought, yep, really need my beautiful white circles on the top. Perfect. And as you can see, not here so clearly, I like to move the spaces closer together in one direction. It just causes that motion. And I love left to right motion here, and then you're going down. So now the eye is moving totally around. But wait till the end, because then I decide, okay, I need more energy in this piece. I forgot marks. So I get out the Posca markers, and so much fun. And I'm wondering, where can you guess I put them? I would love to hear what would you do? So much fun. This was such a fun page. Here comes the pink. So at first it's giving me a hard time. Of course, then I push down on it, and there it goes. Love it. So, needs orange, because I love the combination of pink and orange. And it's in there. Maybe some white would have been cool, but that's okay. This is good. So it's pretty strong there in the middle. So I'm going to lift that up with some more paper. Just a little bit. Perfect. And just needed to do this page. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is okay. Yes. For some reason, I found that too glaring, and I may have been right. So now it's the tape removal, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you keep coming back, and I hope you're exploring and playing and discovering yourself during the summer. It's a fabulous time to enjoy art and a fabulous time to be alive. Yeah, just needed that little bit of white, and I'm going to score through it. And there we go. So let's see how easy this tape comes off. I usually put the gloss fluid underneath. Whoa, right away there was a bit of, it was the pink under there that I forgot about because I covered it in black. So fabulous. Okay, and having that clean edge really looks wonderful, I think. Oh, there's still a few things on the edge there, but so nice. So, explore, play, discover, papers, marks, tools, just different ways, it's different things that you haven't tried before. And continue to ask the question, what if? That's sort of my mantra during this series. And look, see, I'm still at it. See, that would have been cool. It's too bright. It's sort of the idea, but see, I had this idea, but it just doesn't fit. Maybe. Now it's covering the pink. Nope, it's not going to go. Oh well, we're going to leave it. So then I decide to add some black with the China marker. My line, my traditional line. Yes. So that's it for this week. Explore, play, discover, mixed media art tutorial, abstract art journaling. I hope you carve out some time for yourself. And don't forget to like and subscribe so I can continue with this channel. And I will see you in the next video.